Order the latest blockbuster from Brent Bozell and Tim Graham, Collusion: How the Media Stole the 2012 Election and How to Stop Them from Doing It in 2016. Available in hardcover. A must-read for every true conservative. Order your copy now at MediaCollusion.com.
I believe that our president would have made the same speech even if he was running for re-election. Because it takes character to say the things that he said. It's the first time in our country that we heard from the leader of the free world an entirely black perspective.
Hi everybody, I'm Dan Joseph with MRC-TV. Now, as we all know, the Trayvon Martin case has really divided the country, and here behind me you have a protest full of supporters of Trayvon Martin. Now, a couple years ago we elected Barack Obama, and the hope was that he'd help improve racial tensions in this country. I wanted to find out if people thought he succeeded in that. Did you listen to the president's statement yesterday?
Yes, we did hear that.
Do you think, he's been president for 5 years now, based on the reaction around this, do you think that race relations in the U.S. have gotten better or worse since he's become president?
Worse.
Worse? Why do you think worse? I mean, do you think that means he's failed in that regard?
I don't.
I would love to entertain that discussion with you. I would love to entertain that discussion with you, if I may. I don't want to.
Please do.
I don't want to bridge, you know,
like that was a very
her response, but I would love to do this.
I don't want to say they've gotten worse, but they're coming out to the forefront more, as in our age. Of course, they were out back in the day, but now we see more of the issues coming out, and they're very relevant, and you're like, wow, you know, I thought it was getting better, but, you know, maybe it's just been hidden, or maybe I've just been blind, or maybe it's just not happening in my neighborhood.
I would probably say, worse, because...
Worse?
Yes.
I don't think it's changed. I think it was a huge point in history for us to elect an African-American president. I was so proud. I voted for him.
Well, I wouldn't say they've gotten better.
They haven't improved.
No.
I mean, this is kind of evidence of that right now, isn't it?
It is.
No, because it brought out the real racists. It brought out the racists that were almost in retirement after the civil rights movement. They became out and active because they felt like enough is enough. We got a black man in office.
Politics, that's a whole other subject for me, but I'm happy that I finally have somebody of my shade, and it shouldn't even have to be about shade of skin.
I think he did.
When he was elected, there was a lot of hope in this country that it would ease racial tensions, that race relations would improve. Do you think he succeeded in that?
Yeah, but I still think there's some people with an old mentality way of thinking.
What about, I mean, this is still happening. I mean, has anything really gotten better?
I think we've made strides towards the right, you know, taking steps towards the right way, but, you know, there still needs to be more improvement.
Anyone looking like you or her can arbitrarily manufacture a reason to murder us no matter where we happen to be.
You're saying basically if things have gotten worse, he's failed to bring the different races together in this country, right?
I don't think, and I think that's...
I mean, that's what everybody was excited about when he got elected.
And see, that in itself is wrong, because everybody was pitting on a black man instead of just a good president to bring everybody together.
Does the fact that he's African American matter at all if race relations haven't gotten better?
No, I think I voted for him because he was an incredibly smart man. I supported his values, and the fact that he's African American didn't make a difference who I
But it was historic.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. President Obama's been pretty, I think, careful to distance himself. But from the very beginning, he said, I'm not a black president, I'm not of the blacks, I'm president of everybody. And I think to hear him speak out, it's the first time I've really heard him say anything important on race since he's been in office.
Did that surprise you?
That he spoke out? Kind of.
The only good thing that I think has happened regarding race relations, or not even within the black community, because we finally have representation in this country in the White House, is that it's given people a sense of pride where we've never had that in this country ever.
So he loses no matter what. So if the next president becomes in office and he happens to be white, do we then pin it all on him? Like, are you the one that's going to bring it all together? That's just my perspective.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Even though something like this has happened and really split Americans?
I see all kinds of people out here. This is America. I see white, Hispanic, black. You're white. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry.
You mean I'm going to stay this color?
You are an American, and we all are Americans, and I think he did.